Hello students, good morning to one and all. Today I, Divyanshi Srivastav, once again your English teacher is here with the topic of English language, that is determiners. Okay, determiners is one of the very root topic of English language. It is said that if you have a knowledge of determiners, more than 80% of grammar is there within your grip. That means you can solve most of the questions, because determiners is actually will give you a wide knowledge about English language. The subject English language is somewhere laid. The one of the foundation on which language is laid is determiners. So in today's video we'll be learning what determiners is, what are the different types of determiners, what are the different rules that is being used in determiners, what are the exceptions that is there, and actually how to identify a determiner. That we'll be learning in this entire video. So, firstly, according to the definition of determiner, it states that a word placed before a noun to provide information such as quality, ownership, and specificity. Now see, determiner is nothing else but it is a word which helps you to specify the noun in a certain manner, or you can say it clarifies a noun. Now see, determiners is just a simple word, okay, which is used before a noun. Now you know what is a noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or a thing. Okay. So it is going to determine, or it is going to specify a noun. A word that will be specifying a noun comes under the category of determiners. Now see, it precedes a noun or a noun phrase. The function of a determiner are referring to the quantifiers, quantifying things. Then they tell us which noun is being referred to and how much a thing here is, how many things are there. Now see, the best way out to identify that whether a given sentence is a determiner or not is by the quantity and by how many things or who has given it. Okay, now see, two basic elements. The first is your quantity and the second is your whose. So firstly, when we are talking about the quantity, that we'll be seeing it. Suppose, for example, if I say, okay, in this only you can see, a dog owns nothing, yet it's seldom dissatisfied. Now, over here what it is saying, a dog. This means it's talking about one specific dog. Then it says when two dogs fight over a bone. That means how many dogs are there? Two dogs are there. So what is the quantity? I told you the best way out to identify a determiner is by the quantity. So what is the quantity given in the statement is? 2. In the first statement what it was? A dog. That means a single dog, a one dog is there. Then two dogs, that means the quantity is increasing. The two dogs, there is an involvement of two different dogs. So quantity is nothing else but a number that can be counted. Suppose if I say there is few drops of water left in the glass. That means few is what? Few is telling you the amount of water that is present in the glass. So how can you identify a determiner? By the quantity. It tells you the quantity of a noun. Because if I am saying over here a dog, that means dog is what? Dog is your noun. It is your common noun. So it is telling the quantity, that how much the dog is present, or what is the number of dogs that is there. So it is going to tell you the amount or the quantity of a very noun that is being used in a specific sentence. Now, second thing, you can't control this dog. Now see, when we are saying that you can't control this dog, that means this is an example of whose. I'm giving you the example of whose over here. You can't control this dog. That means we are talking about a specific dog. And which type of dog it is? It is showing the ownership, that this particular dog we are talking about. Then, host your guest. That means whose guest? Your guest. It is showing the specific person whom we are pointing out. We are pointing out towards your guest. Okay? Then, and also his dog. His dog is what? His is specifically pointing out to one single dog that the person belongs to or that dog belongs to. Okay? So, determiner is in a very block manner. Determiner is nothing else but it is a word that is placed before a noun, and the way to identify it it's by whose and by the quantity. That means whom that very specific article or that very specific object belongs to, and then what is the quantity, what is the number, okay, what is the amount of noun that is present. That means what is the number of noun that we are talking about in a specific sentence. Now see, second what it is, types of determiner. Now see students, there are different types of determiner. The first type is demonstrative, possessive, distributive, quantifiers, interrogative, indefinite articles and definite articles. Now, the last two, that is your indefinite article and definite article. They both come under the category of articles. Okay, article is distributed into two. That is your indefinite article and definite article. We'll be talking later on what is indefinite and what is definite article. Now see, firstly talking about demonstrative. So, demonstrative means, the word demonstrative means demonstration. Okay, or when you represent something or when you point out something. The main core word for demonstrative comes from demonstration. The word demonstration, right? Demonstrative is driven from the word demonstration. Demonstration means to represent or to point out towards a specific thing or a specific object. So, demonstrative determiners are used to identify the noun based on the distance is from the person speaking. Okay. Now, as I have told you that it is the form where you point out something or you point out towards someone. Okay. So, you're pointing out, see, when you are pointing out towards an object, that means definitely that object is not present with you, but it is there at some distance with you. Okay, so demonstrative determiners is nothing else than, but as you see for these house, 6C. Suppose I am talking about these house are beautiful. That house is beautiful. That means there is some distance between where I am standing and where that house is being placed. Okay, so I am pointing out towards that specific house. So whenever we are pointing out towards any object or any element, that is your demonstrative. Now see, the next thing is they refer to the noun that follows them. Now, the next is your interrogative determiners. Interrogative determiners is again the basic of interrogative is to investigate. Okay, investigate means to find out something, or you can say to ask questions. Interrogative is to ask questions. So such statement or such determiners which ask questions in a specific sentence is your interrogative determiners. Okay. Interrogative determiners are used before a noun or a noun phrase to ask questions. We use which or what as determiners to ask question about a specific group of people or things. Okay. There is a specific group of people or a specific group of things, okay, that is kept or that is there on which we are asking questions. Suppose, which restaurant did you go to? That means he's asking to which restaurant did you visit it, or what books do you like to read. So there is always a question that is being put up by the speaker to the one who is listening to him. So such sort of a statement that gives you the question or arises the question is your interrogative determiner. The next is your possessive determiner. Now possessive determiners is that shows you the possession. Again, possessive, the word possessive comes from possession. Okay, possession means that shows the ownership. When you are having a box in your hand, then you are the one who will be having the authority to access that specific box. So possession is nothing else but something that shows you the authority is your possession, or that shows you the ownership, that tells or gives you the authority over certain objects. Suppose he is 12, his friend is 14. Now see, his, that means I am talking about a specific person. That means whose friend? His friend. A specific. Suppose if I say that I and my friend, that means I and my friend, only my friend, not your friend or someone else's friend. Only I and my friend is there who is going to visit a certain place. Now, the next is your quantifiers. Quantifiers is nothing else but tells you the quantity. That means the amount at which this specific article or a specific object is present. Suppose if I say he keeps 6 beetles in a jar under his bed. That means what is the quantity that is given over here is your 6. Then again, as I have given you earlier the example that a few drops of water was left in the glass. This means what is the amount of water that is present in the glass is few, not much, but some amount of water is there, few amount of water is there. Suppose if I say that if you spend less time on your Xbox, now see, lunchbox or Xbox, anything you can say to it. Now, less time, what is less over here? Less means something to which you are giving the less quantity, or the quantity, it is showing you the exact figure, the quantity it is telling you. So quantifiers is nothing else but the quantity, or you can say the amount, the very objective present in. Now the next, that is your articles. See, articles is again nothing else but the same a and the that you use. Okay, now according to your syllabus, they have separated articles into 2 different categories, that is your definite articles and indefinite articles. Now articles, as you know, it's nothing else but a word that comes before a noun, and which words they are? That is your and, the and a. Okay, now coming up to the indefinite and definite articles. See students, indefinite is something which is like which the amount is not there. That means the quantity cannot be defined prior. You cannot give a fixed number to anything. That is your indefinite. But when we talk about definite articles, definite is something to which you can give a fixed amount or a fixed number can be given. Suppose if I say 6 pens, that means 6 is what? 6 is definite. If I say a girl, now a girl is again your definite part, but you cannot count, you cannot keep a number of it. Suppose if I am saying 6 pens, that is a count to it. But if I say few drop of water you cannot count the droplets of water. So it is something that you cannot keep up the amount, or you cannot keep up the account of that specific thing. So basically for indefinite articles we are using and a is used and is used for your indefinite articles. And for your definite articles, we use the. Because why are we using the? The is used because of specific. Suppose if I say the moon. Now, there is no different moon. There is no more than 2-3 moons are not present. If I say that moon is an artificial satellite of Earth. Okay. Now, Earth is having only one thing. Sorry, it's a natural satellite. Sorry. Yes, it's a natural satellite, right? Moon is your natural satellite of Earth. So I'm saying the moon is a natural satellite. That means the moon, there is only one moon that is present. There is not more than one moon. If I'm saying the Taj Mahal, that means only one Taj Mahal is present. So to give a definite count, that means to give a definite number, we are using the. And to show that if I'm saying an octagon, a hexagon, okay, so hexagon can be, there can be multiple amounts of hexagon. If I'm saying an emperor, there can be multiple amounts of emperors that can be present who is ruling different states. Now, one thing that we need to keep a note about is your exception. Now, this is something very important, students. Keeping exception in your mind is very important, because as much it is important for you to know that how, what, and actually what is the rule of a specific topic is. In this similar manner, it's important to know the exception, because exception gives you a wide knowledge about what not to do or what not to use. So we'll be looking one by one to the exception. The first rule is before proper noun. Okay, now see. We do not use the determiners a, and the in some cases. Now we are not using articles. Okay, we are not using articles in certain cases. Now what are those cases? Let's see. Before proper noun. Proper noun, you know that it's a particular or a specific name that is given to someone or to something. Okay. So, in front of Australia, you can say, America, you can say, we do not use any article in front of such places. Then, before abstract noun. Abstract noun is again, it shows or represents the feeling which you cannot see or touch. Okay, which you cannot see with your naked eyes, neither can you touch. Because your emotions, your feelings cannot be touched, but they can be experienced. So certain things comes under your abstract noun, and we do not use any article in front of it. Before uncountable nouns. Now, before uncountable nouns, why? Because we cannot count. Suppose if I'm saying milk. Okay, you cannot keep a count of milk. You cannot keep counting a single droplet of milk. So, we cannot use a specific article. Why? Because see, if we are using a, right? A is a singular form that shows you one, right? What is the meaning of singular? Singular means only one that is present. So, you cannot use articles in front of a uncountable noun. Then, before nouns used in general sense. Now see, dogs are faithful animals. Now, general sense, what does this mean? That general sense, when we are talking about anything in a random part. Suppose it's a fact that we see dogs are mostly faithful. So we do not use any article in front of a general opinion that is being expressed. Then again, in expression is again your abstract noun. Then before names of festival and holidays. Okay, whenever we are using Diwali, Holi, or any holiday that we are counting, Sunday, Monday, any day or any holiday that we are counting, we do not use article in front of them. Then before the name of nationality used. Okay, now see, if I am saying that Rahul is Indian and his friend David is German. Now, such nationality where your nation is being represented, we do not use any article in front of such sort of words. So I hope students, determiners is clear to you all. If there is any problem, any topic or any confusion regarding anything, you can do drop your comments in the comment section, and you can do ask whatever you feel like by dropping your questions and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you, students.